Now let me illustrate with some real live examples, okay? Here is our old friend davar. By now we should know this noun, right? Davar means?
Camel.
Camel, thank you very much.
Word.
Word, thank you. Either word or a camel. Yeah. There's a couple of Bible passages where that difference matters a lot in the translation. Now,
Camel of the Lord.
All right, it means word. Must be Monday. That was sort of a Friday comment.
Great.
Now, here we have, in the second example, moving right along, in the second example, we have two nouns that together make a construction, okay? The first noun, and so far, ignorance was bliss, all we knew about was an absolute form of the noun. But in this second example, we are going to look at a construct form of the noun, because what you have is a construction of more than one nouns working together to make a unit. Okay? Now, to cut to the chase here, this is really very simple. I'm making this sound like it's ominous. But for all practical purposes, the relationship between the two nouns within one of these noun constructions is the relationship of the genitive of possession. I can't say possession. It's just a general genitive relationship, generally translated with the English word of. Okay? So that this word depends on the second word in some way. It has become dependent. We're not just talking about a word or the word. We're talking about the word of Hanavi. Do you understand the concept here? It's not just any old word, it's the word of the prophet. So the understanding of davar, of the first noun, is dependent on the second noun to understand exactly what we're talking about here. That's the idea of a construct relationship, making a construction. The more technical modern term for these words are bound forms, which is again a bound, a way of saying that the first noun is dependent, is linked to, is bound to, is tied to, is dependent on the second noun. Okay. Now, how do we know when a noun is in the construct state as opposed to the absolute state? Frankly, 9 times out of 10, you can tell just by looking at the way the words fit together in a sentence. If you just had a word davar in a sentence, you'd translate word or even the word if the article were there. Ha-davar. If you had this phrase, davar hanavi, you'd know you had to do something with both these words in the sentence. And the only way they fit together is to assume that you have this construct form and this so-called genitive relationship, and you simply put the word of between the two of them, and you're pretty much on the right track.